Welcome to another edition of Right on Rangers Live, coming at you top of the ninth inning. Rangers down 6-1 to the A's. Home run fest for Athletics here tonight. 3 in the first inning on 7 pitches, by the way. Not Nathan Eovaldi's best start as a member of the Texas Rangers. Really thought that Evo was getting back on track. Really thought that he was getting back on track, man. But just a night where the fastball, where the high-octane stuff just was not sharp. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to give you a little bit of a breakdown, some things that I discovered as I was digging into the game. Hey, Sir Taco, what's good, man? Tough game to go to. Thanks for tuning in even while you're at the stadium, brother. Hey, you never know. 5-run rally in the ninth inning. I appreciate you're still there, man. No fair weather in you, sir. Appreciate you. Hey, if you want to definitely talk about something throughout the course of the show, hit me up in the comments section, please. If I miss it, definitely feel free to repost. Man, I just would like to see a little fight in the ninth inning. I don't want that to be the solace. I feel like we're always taking away, at least they showed fight in the ninth inning. It only goes so far for me in terms of a silver lining. I'm just not a big fan of feeling good about a loss because we fought a little bit in the ninth. I feel like we're already probably past the point of feeling great about that excuse. And so, look, I hope for the purposes of going into tomorrow's game on a good note, you do see a little fight from the team. I thought you were going to see maybe a run or two put on the board there in the 8th, which would have been huge. You have an opportunity. You score 2 runs there. You make it 6-3. You get 2 runners on. You've got a chance to tie the game. I mean, that's kind of where we're at right now. Yeah, look, it's a good point here. What's up, TikTok? Yeah, a real good point. 2+ base runners every inning since the 6th. That is painful. That is painful. 2 base runners every inning since the 6th. Great stat there, my guy. Thank you. It is very, very hard to watch this team waste opportunities with runners in scoring position. I mean, clearly you can see this squad get the big knock. I mean, we had Seager with a big home run just last night, right? We've had the Rangers come through with some big hits. But on the other side, we have seen this team waste so many possible scoring opportunities. Max Muncy up right now, by the way. But first, let's go ahead and let's do our usual. You know the drill. If you've been a long-time follower, a long-time listener of the show here at Right on Rangers, we cover everything sports, but we put a big emphasis on the Rangers during the MLB season. And we thank you for choosing Right on Rangers for all of your Texas Rangers content as Seager records the first out of the inning. Rangers again down 6-1. Cal Quantrill in the game to eat up the rest here. Keep the bullpen fresh for Saturday and Sunday. Definitely drop a comment, drop a question if you want to talk about something throughout the course of the show. Much more interaction coming in the post game. During the show itself, we'll be a little hit or miss checking the comment section. Ball one. Yeah, this team to me, I wouldn't say they're no good. I think we got to be careful there. I don't think this team is no good. I just think when you give up 3 home runs in the first inning, granted they were all solo shots, you give up another home run to make it 6-1 at the time, right after the Rangers had at least scraped across something on the Josh Jung double, his 9th double of the year, by the way. You're not going to win a lot of ball games when your starting pitcher gives up 6 earned runs. And Evo, actually, to his credit, just really unfortunate with Cortes' 2nd bomb of the game. I mean, he had retired double-digit straight A's after giving up the 3 homers in the first inning. I mean, it really was going well for Evo. One thing we have to talk about with Nathan Eovaldi as the A's record their 2nd out of the inning, Evo is in the 100th percentile, meaning there's nobody better than him right now in the big leagues when it comes to off-speed run value. There's nobody better than him in the big leagues when it comes to off-speed run value. What does that mean? It means that the stuff from Nathan Eovaldi, the off-speed stuff, it's still nasty. The off-speed stuff is still nasty for Nathan Eovaldi. What you're seeing and what you saw tonight, I think 3 out of the 4 pitches for homers were on high speed. They were either on the cutter or they were on the fastball. And so what I take away from that, beyond the fact that Evo is in the second percentile when it comes to fastball run value, that tells you all you need to know. Evo is not doing a good job right now locating the fastball. Evo is one of the hardest throwers in the league if you're just looking at his career as a whole. Right now, there's a lot of guys throwing high speed. And so, look, Evo definitely, when he came into the league, was known for being more of a flamethrower. As time went on, I don't think you could say that quite as frequently. Sorry for the cutting out, by the way. I see I'm cutting out a little bit on YouTube and X and Instagram and Facebook. My bad on that. Hopefully things settle. The fastball run value is in the second percentile for Nathan Eovaldi. The off-speed run value is in the 100th percentile. This is not complicated, as Cal Quantrill gives up a home run right here. And it is 8-1 A's. Might as well put this one to bed. Don't think the Rangers are scoring 7 in the bottom of the 9th inning. Not that 5 was happening, but 7 is definitely not happening. You might want to get a little head start to the exit. You may want to get a head start to the exit if you're at the game. Goodness. A's just hitting homer after homer. So, again, to put a bow on Evo, I'm sure we're going to talk about him a number of different times tonight. He's not locating with the fastball. As he came up in the bigs, he was very routinely used to blowing his fastball past opponents. Back in the mid-2010s, it was Nathan Eovaldi and Aroldis Chapman throwing the hardest in the league. No lie here. I know that as a Ranger, we don't really think of Evo as flamethrower. When Evo was with the Yankees in the mid-2010s, it was him and Aroldis throwing the hardest in the league. Evo is at a spot in his career where the fastball velo is dipping a little bit, and he really has to learn how to locate that pitch and really finally place it around the zone, in and around the zone. You're not blowing that pitch past anybody. And I think it is definitely worth noting. The stuff is there. It's there. I'm not worried about him when it comes to his ability to get swing and miss, when it comes to his curveball, when it comes to his other off-speed repertoire. But I do think he's at kind of a crossroads with the fastball, with the cutter. You're just not going to be sneaking that pitch past people. You have to be very fine with the higher speed pitches at this point in his career. And it's just not happening. I mean, today there were some meatballs. First pitch of the game, meatball. And that's what he did to Brendan Donovan when he pitched against Seattle, right? It was a meatball. Donovan takes it. First pitch of the game, Seattle's up 1-0. So we got to stop throwing meatballs on pitch number 1. It's not going to work. Maybe throw that curveball for a strike, but we can't throw meatballs down the middle for pitch 1 anymore. TLC, this was about to be my very next point. Caden, you're kind of getting on it too. I tweeted during the game when the Nimmo hit got robbed, right? When Nimmo was robbed of probably extra bases, I think that ball probably hits the top of the wall. Strike 3 call, by the way, going to the bottom of the 9th inning now. A lot of people, when the Rangers hit one to the wall and it gets caught, or a great play is made, or somebody hits a ball to the track, I see a lot of people instantly getting online, whining about the ballpark. And to me, I'm over it, right? There's people tonight, I bet you can go on X. There's people tonight whining about the ballpark. The A's hit 4 home runs here, 5 home runs. 5 home runs the A's have hit tonight. Don't tell me that it's the ballpark. The A's have hit 5 bombs. It's not Globe Life. It is possible to hit home runs here. The A's just proved that to you. And so for me, I'm at a point where I want to just stop talking about Globe Life Field. People can hit here. The Rangers team at some point has to be the focus of blame for why you're not hitting more bombs, for why you're not hitting better here. Seriously. You cannot continue to blame Globe Life Field while you watch your opponent hit 5 nukes on you. You just don't sound very intelligent. And I don't mean that to be rude, but it is the truth. Like when the A's are hitting 5 homers and you're getting frustrated that some of our baseballs aren't leaving the yard, we got to put 2 and 2 together here. Have to put 2 and 2 together here. It does help. Maurice makes a good point that the A's only leave 2 on base today. It's a great point. The Rangers did not do enough up at the dish today. And I hope that the comeback is in order. Sir Taco, I surely hope it is. But seriously, the Rangers have to figure it out, man. It's not the ballpark. It's the team. And we need to be better hitting as a team in this park. The A's can do it. We got to figure out a way. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I guess the splitter is technically a little bit off speed. The splitty, I think it was one of the home runs was off the splitty, and the splitty was at like 89. I mean, that's, I guess, technically off speed. Here's Carter flying out to the track again. Don't blame the ballpark. We got to hit it out, man. We got to hit it out. Hitting is a lot easier when pitchers throw meatballs. That is true, Jack. 100%. Good to see you, my guy. I appreciate you. It's good to be back with all you guys, by the way. I definitely wish it was under better circumstances with the Rangers W, but it was great to get a series win against the Pirates. I was out of town for work for a couple of days. Missed doing my live shows, but look, great series. Tried to put out as much content as I could in between. Rangers getting off to a rough start in this one, though. Great to get a series win over the Pirates. You would have loved to have carried that momentum into tonight's game. Just wasn't meant to be. Rangers down to their final 2 outs with Kyle Higashioka up. Higgy is 0 for 3 on the night. Looking for his first hit of the ball game. Appreciate everybody that's followed the live so far. I see a couple of y'all hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. Appreciate you guys. We're here pretty much every day. I think about 150 plus ball games is what we got on the schedule this year, right on Rangers Lives. If you like the vibe, you like hanging out, talking ball, talking Rangers baseball, hit that follow button. We're here pretty much every night doing this. It's good stuff. We hate it when the Rangers aren't on the winning side. It can't happen every single night in baseball, but we sure wish it could. 2-1 count to Higgy here. What are my thoughts on the new unis? They've grown on me for sure. They've grown on me for sure. By the way, all y'all on TikTok, I tried to kind of blend it a little bit today. We still got the Peagle, still repping the Peagle. I know y'all can't see because of the game day, but we got the Tejas hat on. So we're doing a little bit of a combo here. Higgy hits a very long foul ball, man. 107 off the bat. Thought he had it. Thought it might hit that foul pole, but not meant to be. Yeah, my thoughts on the new uniforms. They're growing on me. I like the red. I jokingly tweeted after Evo gave up 3 bombs in the first inning, burn the jerseys. Burn them. Burn the red jerseys, man. Clearly not working. Of course, he had people taking it way too seriously, man. Sometimes you got to have some fun, be a little tongue-in-cheek. I say this every time I'm on the live. It's like when I'm with my buddies watching a ball game, as I'm sure you are at times, like you're overreacting constantly. You're having fun. You're really riding the highs and you're getting way too bent out of shape on the lows. I don't know. It's not for everybody, I guess. But look, jokingly, I said, burn the jerseys, man. We can't be giving up 3 bombs in 1 inning. 7 pitches. That was ridiculous. But no, look, I like the jerseys a lot. I think as I saw more of the intricacies with the jerseys, the design, the Mexican heritage, it's great. Nice hit here by Higgy, but right at somebody, man. 103 off the bat. That was a good AB from him. Just hit an atom ball right at somebody, unfortunately. So Rangers down to their last out here. Yeah, look, Carson, with you on this. We kind of already made the comment. Like, you hear people constantly whining about Globe Life Field while the A's are hitting 5 home runs. It's like, can we logically put this together, please? It's not that it's the ballpark. You've got a squad coming in here that doesn't play here, hitting 5 bombs and making it look easy. So I am over blaming the ballpark. I think that the ballpark is a little bit of a convenient excuse. I think this is probably going to be my next video that I put out tomorrow. I definitely want to expand on this a little bit. So I've already got, kind of my research and everything done. I don't want to give away too much, but I just want people to stop whining about the park, man. It's a cope at this point, and it is a little bit of a scapegoat to try and take heat off of the players. I know we all love every single Ranger on the roster. I want to see every Ranger on the roster do well, but I really want to stop blaming the ballpark. It's just getting old to me. And when you watch a team like Sacramento or, whatever it is, Oakland, the Athletics Club, my bad, long day, hit 5 homers, I'm over the Globe Life Field excuses. And I think you got to focus it on the lineup itself, man. This lineup has to figure out a way to drive the ball over the wall at Globe Life. You got them doing it a little bit on the road. They've got to figure out a way to hit better in this ballpark. I don't know what it is, but they clearly haven't got their finger on it quite yet, and it's a problem. So can we be done blaming the ballpark as the Rangers lose 8-1 tonight to the A's? Stop blaming the ballpark. Start looking at the players. It's possible to hit 5 home runs in a night. The A's just did it. Let's put the Globe Life Field ballpark debate to bed. All right, y'all. Post-game show officially starting. We're here, rain or shine. Not always easy hopping on talking about losses, but we're going to do it, and we always do. And so, look, if you haven't hit that follow button, you like the vibe, you like what we have been doing so far, appreciate you supporting. Hit that follow, hit that subscribe button, and be a part of the ride, man. It's going to be a long season. It's going to be a great season. Can't win them all. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back Sunday. We're going to talk about those games. But we'll break this one down a little bit. I want to get into what you guys are thinking. Clearly, you know how it goes over the course of an hour. We're going to go a lot of different directions. We're going to repeat some things. Feel free to get in on the conversation whenever you'd like. Thank you again for all your support and all the ways you guys show love to the channel, show love to the show. It means a lot to me. Let's go. Had to fold and buy MLB TV because the stream website was showing Astros games. Is that Victory? Victory was showing Astros? Is that what it is? I have MLB TV. I live out in Las Vegas. I grew up in Arlington. Lived there for a while, growing up as a kid. Then adulthood, moved to Las Vegas. Just kind of took a chance out here, and I've been out here for like 15 years. It's a great place. Don't think I will be leaving it anytime soon. But look, out in Vegas, you got to buy MLB TV to watch Rangers games. It's frustrating to me that you have so much just like volatility, and it's so convoluted at times with the streaming stuff. I've said it a number of times. I don't want to get on a rant about streaming services, but if you want to grow the game, make it easier to watch it. I just think it would be nice if you could find a way, just MLB TV, everybody. I don't know if you're going to pay the same price or what it is, but it would just be great for those of us that buy MLB TV. Just give me every game, please. Not I have to buy, Peacock and Apple TV and Netflix and every single thing, man. I mean, look, I do because I want to watch the games, but I would love for them to figure out a way to streamline it. Yeah, look, TLC, you and I are on the same page quite often. It's no shock to me here, man. They've got to figure it out. Why does Justin Veely still have a job? He's been the main guy these last 3 years of pathetic offense. Get rid of him. Yeah, a lot of people are going to look at the hitting coach. And I definitely think that he will not survive this year if the Rangers have another lackluster offensive season. I don't see that happening. Could be wrong, but I just don't see it happening. I think the Rangers are going to want to have some fresh blood in there. Maybe they promote somebody internally again. That's just hard. I really do think this was the year. I really do think this was the year for the Rangers to really start fresh and just have a completely new hitting staff. I think a lot of us saw the move to retain Veely, and we were like, okay. I don't think it was like outrageous to anybody, but I really do think the Rangers would have been wise to just clean house, just get brand new voices, brand new philosophies in there. I think it would have been just nicer for everybody, and it would have eliminated the easy target. Right now, the hitting coach to me is such an easy target. And I'm not saying that or getting on this comment at all, by the way. I'm not getting on the comment. But what I am saying is it's such a easy thing to point to when you keep the guy that's been around for the last 2 years of really insufficient offense. It's just a little bit of a head scratcher to me. I think had you seen this Rangers offense really take off out the gate, then you probably would be feeling differently. But when this team struggles to score one run at home against a pitcher that has not been very good this year, it's concerning. Very concerning. TLC, I'm over the announcers on RSM. Been listening to these guys for a few years. Not good. Got to get you in there, TLC. I appreciate that. Look, it would be a dream of mine to be able to do something like that. I kind of get to do it already, honestly, man. I wish that there was a way I could get synced up calling these games. I'd love to do it. I like the people, but I will agree the RSN, that the commentary sometimes is not necessarily my cup of tea. I do think that you've got some more classic pairings that I look back on, guys who were calling games on TV over the years. I'm a big Josh Lewin fan. I loved the Josh Lewin days with Grieve. I loved those early 2000s days. I definitely feel like the current crew, they're a fun crew. They're a little zany for me for a call. I'm a little bit old school when it comes to baseball. I definitely, enjoy a good wisecrack or somebody trying to be punny or funny here and there, but I'm a little bit old school with the way I like my baseball games called. I do like to listen to the radio guys quite a bit, and I definitely 100% try and sync those guys up to the TV as much as I possibly can. Keep going. Jared Sandler, I like. Jack, I really do. Mike Baxick is not my absolute favorite. I like him as a person, but not my absolute favorite color commentary guy. Like I said, Mike is just a little too zany for me. And what I mean, look, how can I explain this in a different way? Just like there's too much trying to be funny, I guess is the best way I can put it. Like I'm okay, crack some jokes here and there. It's a little too zany for me in the booth right now. Call me old man, get off my lawn. I'll gladly accept it. I'm not at all trying to be 100% right on this one. It's not a hill I plan to die on, but it's just my 2 cents, my personal opinion. TLC, I'm being dead serious. The next TikTok I do is going to be stop complaining about the ballpark. Stop whining about Globe Life Field. It really is not a good constructive argument at this point. And I've been guilty of it too. I don't want to sit here and try and sound self-righteous like, man, I've been telling you guys this all along. I haven't been. I've made my comments about Globe Life Field too, but new information, right? New results, fresh data, if you will. You can always make an adjustment with your thinking, with your train of thought. And for me, as I watch other teams hit just fine in this ballpark, I start to question the narrative. And I think you should too. I think the ballpark is an easy excuse that actually ends up taking some pressure and heat off of the players. And I don't think that the players are terrible. I don't think they're dog water. I don't think they're trash. I think we've got some really good ball players on the team. But I think that the blame needs to stop with them. I think we need to stop pointing to Globe Life Field and excusing the players. I mean, we're definitely patting them on the back too much for hitting it to the warning track and then saying, oh man, the ballpark, come on. Like the A's are hitting it over the fence just fine. That's the reality. I actually think the players would probably back me up on this one. I think if you ask the players what they think of the field, first of all, they give you a really PC answer anyways, but I don't think any player is thinking about Globe Life Field like a lot of the fans are. I think most players see exactly what I just told you. They see Nick Kurtz hitting it 15 rows deep, a laser shot, right? First pitch of the game. That's out everywhere. Rangers got to figure it out. They have to. Keep rolling. Bring back the dang Beagle, John, my guy. Look, I I know y'all can't see it here. I'll try, man. You can't see it. There's the Peagle right there for you guys. There you go. Bring it back, baby. Bring it back. I mean, look, I like the Tejas. Don't get me wrong. I like Tejas. I like the red. I like the intricacies with the Mexican heritage. Trust me, I'm all on board with it. It is just hilarious, though. Like, you debut the Tejas jerseys and you get freaking shelled right out the gate. Somebody did remind me on X, though, that the Rangers, when they debuted the Peagle in 2023, somebody let me know. I didn't verify this, so you guys can maybe back me up. But someone let me know that the Rangers lost the Peagle debut in 2023, and they went on to win the World Series. I mean, look, could it be the same thing happens in 2026? I don't know. It's just factual data we're working with here. Maybe the Tejas uniforms will have a similar excellent fate. You can only hope. We keep rolling, man. Worried for this team when we are in close games in the ninth since we don't have a closer. Well, yeah, right. You look at the game that was, 2 nights ago? You look at the game 2 nights ago. You look at Jalen Beeks coming into the ninth inning. First of all, I didn't really understand why you're pitching Beeks there. I thought Jacob Latz probably should have been the guy. He'd only thrown 14 pitches the night before. They had an off day on Monday. It just didn't make a lot of sense to me why we didn't have Latz in that Wednesday night game. But it is what it is. It was Wednesday night. Yeah, that Wednesday night game. I really feel like the ninth inning is going to continue to be hodgepodge. Look, I've been making some different videos lately just because I don't want to make a video every single day about the bullpen. You easily could, right? So like I made a video about Jake Berger the other day, and one of the comments on Instagram, I think it was like, dude, this is so random. Like, let's not talk about Berger. Let's talk about the bullpen. I'm like, we all know the bullpen is a weakness, and by no means am I upset that we're bringing it up right now to talk about it, but like, I can only make so many short videos about how we need a closer, man. So, Caden, you're spot on. I do think the Rangers at the deadline, if you can find a way to tread water, would be wise to go out and get a closer. I think that CY is going to try. He tried last year with David Bednar. Didn't work out. Yankees outbid the Rangers. It is what it is. I think you got to go try and do the same thing this year, if at all possible. Rangers just need a whole new lineup. I wouldn't say a whole new lineup, but I do think that the Rangers are going to find that more often nights than not, they are going to have trouble when they get to the back end of the order. You've got, obviously, Josh Jung having a great year. Absolutely having a great year. 9 doubles, a few bombs. Josh Jung, definitely a bit of a reclamation project this year in 2026 from what he gave us the last 2 years, 24 and 25 combined. I just think the bottom of the order is going to continue to be a little bit of a black hole for Texas. You had, for example, tonight, Higgy. You had Osuna in the game, by the way, a big Osuna fan. You had also, Jake Berger going 0 for 4. That always hurts. I did put out a video on Berger the other night, and I said, I just don't know if Berger is the long-term answer. I think you love the pop, you love the thunder, but when your four-hole hitter is going 0 for 4, and right now Jake Berger is at 231 with a 670 average. I mean, look, I know he had the clutch, 2-out, 2 RBI single on Wednesday night that tied the game at 4 before, O'Neal Cruz happened. But I'm very skeptical that Berger is the long-term answer. I just look at a lot of different things. I think the biggest thing you have to look at with Berg is he just does not walk enough, man. Berger does not walk enough. He really, really needs to find a way to get on base more consistently. He doesn't do that very well right now. What he does well is absolutely nuke the baseball when he makes contact. But right now, Berg is kind of boom or bust. And when you have a cleanup spot that's boom or bust, it can be epic, but it can be really ugly when it's not going great. And so I'm not saying that the Rangers need to cut Jake Berger or get rid of him. But what I am saying is this, and this was actually a conversation I was having on social media, I think on X the other night. Berger is just not a cleanup hitter. I think if you had Berger in the 6 or the 7 hole or even the 8 spot, I think that's actually some nice pop from the bottom of the lineup. I just think when you have a guy like Berger in the cleanup spot, it really, really makes it difficult when you don't have someone that takes walks and can get on base in more ways than just a bomb, or again, you have just those maybe 2 true outcomes with Berger, striking out, or he runs into one pretty hard and it's either a home run or an atom ball at somebody, or it finds a way to green grass. I just think if you're going to have Berger in the cleanup spot, you've got to have a more well-rounded player. Right now, I would not say Berg is very well-rounded at the plate. I think there are some parts of his game that are pretty big, massive holes, and I think the walks are probably the biggest one, and the swing and miss is probably right behind it. You could flip those two. I think at this point, Rangers are going to have to evaluate that spot. Osuna has less upside than Duran. Why am I high on him? A couple of reasons why I'm high on Osuna. And I want to say this. Duran has been given much more runway than Alejandro Osuna has. I mean, Duran has played infinitely more than Alejandro. So I think it's a little unfair to compare the players. Let me just start there. Osuna's got a great glove. The arm is decent. But, I mean, Osuna's a guy that has won minor league awards for his defense. I think that you have to love in and of itself. It's a high-energy guy. This is a guy that I think has a really nice swing. And if given an opportunity to really get to play for more than just 10 days at a time, I think that he is going to show you that he is a very capable big leaguer. What do I mean by that? All-star? Not necessarily, but I think that he can be a very solid contributor at the bottom of the order. I don't think he's going to become a 3-hole or a 4-hole hitter. I hope Alejandro hears this and proves me wrong, because I'm a big fan of his, and I think if given the opportunity, he could be successful. But not a lot of players like him, not a lot of young players are going to find a lot of success with intermittent playing time. It's just hard. It's the same reason Andrew McCutchen is not doing well right now. He had a hit tonight, but McCutchen has fallen off a little bit because he hasn't played a lot. I think when you don't give guys consistent playing time, it's really hard to make a true judgment on them. I mean, can we talk about how many at-bats Alejandro Osuna has in the big leagues? Is it even 50? I mean, look, I'd really love to know how we're making hard-nosed conclusions on Alejandro Osuna when he hasn't even had that many at-bats in the big leagues, y'all. I mean, look, I definitely don't have a crystal ball. It's possible that he gets an opportunity and it just doesn't work out. But in the major leagues, he has 150 plate appearances, 180 plate appearances. So, like, what, a month or two worth of ABs? Like, I don't know. For me, I would love to see Alejandro get a little bit more time. Keep rolling. Agree with you on most things, but he's not a good defender. He's average speed and little pop. No, Bob, I appreciate you, man. I just don't understand how could we say, and I mean this very non-threatening, but I'm just curious, how do we get to Osuna's a bad defender when he's winning awards for his defense? I mean, they're just giving him a participation trophy, or I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like the award that Alejandro earned in the minor leagues for his defense was some kind of ribbon, some kind of lollipop. Good boy, good job. Here's a little something to make you feel better. I think Alejandro is a good defender. I think you could actually probably you go to MLB Film Room, you could find some really stellar plays from him. Look, I don't think he's going to be an all-star. I don't think he's going to be necessarily a Hall of Famer. Please prove me wrong, Alejandro. But I'm giving you the straight answer here. But I think he could be a solid contributor in this league if given the opportunity. All right, we keep rolling. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Now, let's check out some of the more recents on YouTube here. Teflon Don. Yes, sir. 6'7". Or something like that. Put Nimmo in the 4-hole and move Langford to lead off. Interesting move. I don't think Langford at leadoff is a great play right now because Langford is not on a very good streak. He's not hitting well. So, no, I don't really want Wyatt there. Wyatt is not taking a lot of walks either. I think you want to have a guy in the leadoff spot that is going to almost guarantee you a quality at bat, and Brandon Nimmo does that. And so for me, I don't think I want Langford there right now. I have been an advocate for Wyatt as a leadoff hitter. I think, though, with the month of season that we've been able to see of Wyatt so far, I don't think that would be a very wise move at this moment in time. I think maybe as the season goes on, it could be something interesting that maybe the Rangers try out. But I think they are pretty committed to Brandon Nimmo at the leadoff spot. And it has been going well. The only issue is that, not everybody is able to produce in the same way behind him. I mean, Brandon Nimmo did not have a great game tonight up at the plate. You're not going to do it every night, but Nimmo has been very, very good early on. And I do think the rest of the lineup is just having some issues, mainly coming in clutch when you've got guys on base. Let's see, move Berger down in the lineup or possibly trade him. Yeah, I do think that Berger moving down in the lineup is going to be something that is considered. I think you have to consider it. Have to. Is this real, Carson? Are you still hanging out? Carson just pulled the game where the Peagle debuted, April 21st, 2023. And we were playing the A's. And we lost 5-4 to the A's. So the A's have ruined City Connect debut night back-to-back. Like, that's a pretty crazy game, man. That's a pretty crazy fact. I love that. Love that. Let me see. Osuna has a .2 WAR in MLB, just stating my case. I mean, yeah, but again, just not very much time. If you compare him to Wyatt, then he's not. But if you just look at him without comparing, he's good. Yup. I see the point there. Alejandro, 80th percentile in speed. Yeah, that is another reason to like him. He's got some intangibles. The speed definitely is a tangible. The intangibles, I like the heart. I like the energy that he brings. But nevertheless, yeah, the speed, the glove. And I think that, again, give him a runway. I do feel like he could have some success in the league. We'll never know until it actually happens. Josh Smith ceiling. Josh Smith ceiling. We'll get to that in just a second. Zach says, we suck again. That by the way, that meme never gets old. Like, I love Waterboy, but that never gets old. And it's so true. It's literally how I felt watching this game. It's like, dude, we were killing it against the Pirates minus Wednesday night, man. We were crushing it. And then we suck again when it comes to playing the A's in this ballpark, man. Oh, jeez. Hopefully back on track tomorrow. You know how it goes. New day, got to flush it, but just an unfortunate ball game, man. Nimmo used to be an on-base machine. Mets tried to change him into more of a power hitter. I wonder if he's changing back. I like where Nimmo's at right now. I just think we need to figure out a different cleanup guy. I don't think Berger needs to be benched, but Berger is a little too boom or bust for me. It has nothing to do with sending him down to AAA or DFAing him or trading him. I don't feel that way at all with Berg. Love Berg, love the player, love the person especially. But I just think for a cleanup spot, you have to have a guy that can take walks, that can get on base. It's not always a strikeout or, a home run. It's not always a strikeout or, a hard hit baseball or a swing and a miss. It's just, I want a little bit more consistency. I want a little bit more of an all-around player in my cleanup spot. I agree that we should get rid of the hitting coach. We're inconsistent and hitting speaks for itself. Colts fan, I do think this is going to happen. I do think this will happen if the Rangers continue to slide a little bit offensively. But I think they're going to try and do everything they can to avoid that. You really saw the team double down on a guy that's been in the organization for a little while. I feel like, ego, pride gets involved a little bit. Personally, I probably, if it was me running the team, I'd probably clean house just so there's no excuses. Like what we're doing right now, blaming, it's not wrong. It's totally our right to do so. But I wish that the club, for the sake of really not giving themselves any kind of excuse, just get a new hitting coach. So nobody can blame the hitting coach when things keep going poorly, right? You can at least say, if you get a new hitting coach, you can at least say, hey, look, it's not the coaches. We got a new coach. It's the same players or very similar players. You just eliminate a variable. You eliminate an excuse. I do think that keeping the hitting coach the same and getting new guys around still kind of creates this built-in excuse for the players. And I'm just not a fan of any kind of dumb excuses. And then you have the players kind of getting off or not really taking as much of the blame as they should. It's the same thing with the ballpark. We were talking about the ballpark earlier. The ballpark is an excuse. The hitting coach is an excuse. It's definitely worth bringing up and looking at and investigating. I think we kind of got an answer on the ballpark tonight. One team is finding a way to knock it out of the ballpark, and one isn't. And they're playing on the same field. They're playing within the same dimensions on offense. I think had you cleaned house in the hitting department, you would have eliminated a built-in excuse for this team. That would have been me. Wasn't meant to be. We keep rolling. Berger is a little bit of Dolis 2024 vibes at the plate. Carson, it's well said. I feel the same way. The ballpark is an excuse. Like I'm doing a video on this tomorrow. I've already decided it. I'm doing a video on this tomorrow. I'm not going to probably talk about the ballpark the entire time, but I am going to make it an absolute segment. I just do not want to keep hearing that it's the ballpark and that's the reason why this offense isn't performing. It has to be more on the players than anything else, more so than the hitting coach, more so than the ballpark for sure. We've got to keep the onus on the players. Have to. Keep on rolling. Love all y'all. Thank you for hanging out. We've got about 15 more minutes left on the show with about 10 minutes to go. That's in about 7 minutes. We're going to preview the game tomorrow. We will at least take a quick peek at the game on Sunday as well. But we'll keep getting the comments. Until then, man, you guys are doing great. Make the Ranger team and coaches watch Moneyball. Look, it's so funny. Don't even get me started on Moneyball. Great movie, by the way. Outstanding movie. But Moneyball is a big truth twister, ain't it? What Moneyball fails to leave out is they had like Tim Hudson and Barry Zito pitching. They had Miguel Tejada, MVP. Isn't that funny how Moneyball basically makes it seem like they were just a bunch of scrubs and Jermaine Dye? When in reality, they had Mark Mulder, Tim Hudson, Barry Zito, Miguel Tejada, like Eric Chavez, like all of these really, really good baseball players. But if you just watch Moneyball, you would think that the team was complete trash, devoid of any kind of all-star. It's a great movie. Don't get me wrong. I love Moneyball. I get the chills watching it, but you do have to suspend reality a little bit watching it. We keep rolling. They weren't hot tonight. Couldn't get their act together. Evaldi didn't do his job. Gave away 3 homers in the first inning. Maria, appreciate the comment here. Yeah, Evo in the fastball. We talked about this to start the show off. Evo is second percentile. 98% of the league has a better fastball run value than Nathan Evaldi. What does that mean? You're giving up a lot of damage with the fastball right now. And so for me, Evo, he came into the league able to throw his fastball past people. It didn't always have to be located perfectly because the dude could throw upper 90s and touch triple digits. Evo's not doing that anymore. And I think as he continues to age, you just have to be wiser and smarter and have much more command over your fastball. And Evo left a lot over the plate tonight when it came to the high octane stuff. Evo's sitting around 94, 95 with his heater. You're going to get that pitch hit out of the ballpark a lot if you're putting it over the middle of the plate. So Evo, for me, still one of the filthiest pitchers in the league. 90, actually not 98. I was going to say 98. That was another player. Evo is 100th percentile in off-speed run value. That means nobody is producing off of that curveball, off of the off speed. There's not a pitcher better than Nathan Eovaldi when it comes to limiting damage with the off speed. That's what we're talking about when we say off speed run value. He is elite with his stuff, with his off speed stuff. He's got to figure out the fastball. He's got to locate the fastball better. He has to throw it in better spots that are going to totally expose the hitter's weaknesses. They have the hot and cold zones for a reason. Evo's got to be sharper with his fastball. Has to be. I think we all were, Jack, man. Throw that curveball. Like when Cortes was down to 2 strikes, I'm like, curveball in the dirt. Curveball in the dirt. It's 3-1, right? Cortes gets that cutter inside, over a little bit middle in. Boom. 6-1. Like, dude, throw the off speed, please. Just didn't work out. Didn't work out. All right. We keep going. Appreciate all you guys hanging. We are going to continue to check comments along the way. We still don't have the 40 homer guy on this team, and that's been an issue for too long. Yeah, Berger could be that guy. Again, with Berger, I don't think you bench him. I just think cleanup spot, you've got to have a more well-rounded player, and right now, Berger is not that. He's a guy that does not walk. You've got to have a cleanup hitter that can take a walk, that can get on base in other ways. Berger right now is either a strikeout swing and a miss or a hard hit somewhere. I mean, he doesn't make a lot of soft contact, but he's either swinging and missing or he's hitting the ball hard, which is great, but he's not walking. You've got to have a guy who's a little bit more complete in the OBP department. Yeah, I mean, Colts fan, that's something I don't want to talk about just because it's depressing, but I have said in so many words, yeah, if the Rangers are not in a playoff spot at the deadline or not even close to it, you would be committing baseball malpractice to not explore trading away some of the veterans that are getting paid a lot of money. You know, Nathan Eovaldi, Jacob deGrom. You probably do take calls on Corey Seager, sadly, because I love Corey. But if you are in a losing spot, you need to at least consider, should we clean house here? Should we try to get a little bit younger, restock the farm a little bit? I don't want to think about it. I do not want to go on and on about it yet. If it happens, we'll talk about it. We will definitely cross that bridge when we come to it. But I think, yes, if we do address it right now in short, that is a viable option if the Rangers are not in a playoff spot at that point. Let's keep going. Hey, Leo, what's good? Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. What else we got? Only problem I have with the organization trading for prospects is we never develop. Bob, you and I, you're right. You were right, brother, when you said we are on the same page with a lot. You would almost rather, like, let's say you trade deGrom, and I don't want to get into this too much because the Rangers are going to go on a nice little run here in a second. We're going to be in the playoffs, and none of this is going to matter. But let's say you trade deGrom or Evo or Seager. Do you go for a proven major league guy whose, potential is high, the ceiling is high, but he hasn't quite met it yet? Do you say, I want a guy like that instead of a prospect? I think the Rangers probably still look at the prospects, but Bob, I'm with you on that. I am. We can't go back to Delino DeShields Rangers. It's funny when you come across like the 2020 Rangers like preseason photo shoots, and it's like Chris Woodward, Joey Gallo, Willie Calhoun, Rougned Odor, and it's like that was like not even 10 years ago, man. And you think about the team right now, just like how different it is. That was wild, Shin-Soo Choo, all these guys that are kind of classic in a weird way. They're from that odd time period in the Texas Rangers franchise where, you were kind of done with the Cole Hamels days playing Toronto, the Joey Bats, bat flip, all that crap. And then what we know as, the first World Series in championship in franchise history. There's kind of those weird years where, Joey Gallo and Shin-Soo Choo were leading the charge, man, among others. But, man, that's a trip down memory lane right there, Jack. Pretty sure I know what's going on, but if I say, everyone will think I'm crazy. Say it, Rob. One of the best coaches we had was number 26, Johnny Oates. Amazing. Yeah, Oates was great. Absolutely. I definitely appreciate his time as a Rangers manager 100%. All right, let's go ahead and let's talk about the game tomorrow. Appreciate all y'all hanging out. We got a little bit of a smaller crowd. It happens after losses. But y'all, that's how I know. Y'all are the OGs, man. Y'all are the diehards. You showing up, you talking ball, even when it hurts a little bit. It's good therapy. That's what I always say, genuinely. It always makes me feel better coming on doing these shows. When I'm like making all the descriptions and the title for the show, I'm like, man, this sucks. But then I get on here, start talking with y'all, and I'm like, by about halfway through, I'm feeling at least a little bit better and ready for the game the next day. Speaking of, let's go to it right now. So, Rangers, obviously, 2 more games left against the A's. Got to win 2 in a row here in order to win a series. I love it when we get that first game. It just takes a little bit of the pressure off, but Rangers are not going to make this series an easy one for themselves. So let's go to tomorrow's game. You had Evo throwing today. I believe tomorrow is Mackenzie Gore, and he's going up against Springs. We got a little southpaw battle. Jeffrey Springs, he was quite good against Texas last time out. You look at his numbers against the Rangers when they were up in Sacramento, and he ended up going 6 1/3. He gave up an earned run. He had 2 walks. So basically 5 base runners in 6 1/3 innings pitched. He had 5 strikeouts. Jeffrey Springs coming back to haunt his former team, the Texas Rangers, and he's done it at multiple stops. Springs in Tampa, I believe he dominated us. Now he comes out to the Athletics, starts doing the same thing. The lefty lineup, yes, the lefty lineup, Jack. We get to see some Andrew McCutchen. By the way, that just made me think about something that I actually want y'all's opinion on. And just follow the trail here. I'm getting a little bit of ADD at the moment. So, did you guys see Jock Peterson batting second? What do we think of that? Jock Peterson batting second. Give you a second here to respond here. What do we think of Jock in the 2-hole? I mean, I can't imagine it's going to last when Wyatt Langford comes off, but I'm just kind of curious. What are y'all's thoughts on that? Jock Peterson in the 2-hole. Let me know in the chat what you think about that. I got my own opinion, but you tell me. I'm going to keep on going with our preview today. Springs, by the way, 3.34 ERA on the year. He actually had a really bad start against the White Sox. He gave up 7 earned runs and 10 base runners in 5 innings. He had 7 earned runs, 9 hits, 1 walk. He did strike out 7, so the swing and miss stuff was still there. But when they were making contact, they were doing damage. So we may be catching Jeff Springs at a bad time, but you know how this goes. We face any lefty. It doesn't matter if they are hot, cold, dog crap, terrible. They somehow come out looking like a Cy Young candidate. It's just been the MO the last year or two. Any lefty that faces us ends up raising some eyebrows. Oh, maybe this is the turnaround. Maybe this is the path to a all-star nod or a Cy Young, right? You find a way to hype up these guys when you play the Rangers. Rangers have to figure out the lefty stuff, man. I hope that tomorrow can be a new day. I'm a little bit leery of Jeff Springs and what he did to us last time in combination with Mackenzie Gore and what Gore has done over his past couple of appearances. I absolutely love the potential that Mackenzie Gore has, but the reality is it's been a little bit of up and down in Arlington so far. And let's look at what he's done recently. We looked at Jeff Springs. We're going to compare the lineups. We're going to talk about the averages and the numbers that each player has against each pitcher here in just a second. By the way, tomorrow, 6:05 game time. So similar start time to tonight. Mackenzie Gore, 4.15 ERA. The strikeout totals are very, very high. He is coming off a game against Seattle in which he gave up 5 earned runs. The walks were down. He did get hit around pretty hard. 5 strikeouts against the Mariners. In his start before that, he pitched against the Athletics. He walked 6. 6 walks, man. 3 hits. Actually only gave up 2 earned runs. But he is definitely looking for a bit of a groove here. He has not been sharp his last 2 outings. Looked really good against Seattle at home on April 8th. That's probably his last good start to point to. Had 9 strikeouts. That was at Globe Life against the Mariners during that sweep series. We have not seen that version of him since the beginning of April. So you hope that this is Mackenzie Gore's day to get back on track. Clearly the A's made him work, and I'm sure the plan is going to be pretty similar tomorrow. Gore definitely is going to be up in the running for most strikeouts in the league. By the end of it, he's got 35 through 26 innings pitched. This is a guy that gets a lot of swing and miss. You would love to see Gore, good bounce back, not necessarily going for the strikeout every time, just making good pitches, inducing some weak contact. That's the issue with a number of these Rangers starters. Like I loved seeing Kumar Rocker in his last start pitch a little bit more to contact. Like there were almost double-digit ground balls Kumar Rocker had. Like Rock is a guy who you're very used to pitching to strike out every single hitter. And that's why you look up after 5 innings and Rocker is at 88 pitches or 90 plus pitches. Jack Leiter had the same thing going on at different points. So I know Gore loves the swing and miss, and it's a lot of fun to watch when it's on. But you hope Gore can maybe give you 6 strong tomorrow. And, sure, great. If he has 8 or 9 Ks by the end of it, awesome. But I'd just like to see him limit free passes, sharp, keep the pitch count low, and go out and really get back on track against a divisional opponent that is up at the top of the AL West, believe it or not. Crazy. Excuse me. Yeah, I already give up on the Rangers this season already? Spider, come on, baby. Hey, T, I tweeted that out after the 3 homers in the first inning. Burn the jerseys, man. Burn them. Nah, the Tejas jerseys they're pretty fire in person. Honestly, like not in person, I wasn't at the game, but on TV up close, they're pretty fire. I like them a lot, but right now they need to be thrown in the fire after an outing like tonight. Hey, Spider, it's all good, man. Look, it's a depressing night. You won a series against Pittsburgh. You just wanted to see the team on the day that the City Connect unis are revealed. You wanted to see him come out and have a good game, and it just didn't happen. Just didn't happen. Yeah, Gore definitely got to limit the walks. Jock Peterson, he's been doing well. He has been doing well, but he'll be on the bench tomorrow with Jeff Springs up there. Daniel, what's good, man? Happy Friday. Let's see. Hey, Rob, look, maybe, like I said, they lost the Peagle debut. Maybe they lose this one and go on to do something like they did in 2023 as well. I hope that they prove you wrong as well, brother. The Powder Blues were nice. I like the Powder Blues a lot. He hasn't been wearing as much like swag lately, has he? Jock Peterson. The comment was Jock Peterson dropping the necklace. I'm gonna have to look at this now. Maybe there is a correlation. Maybe there is some kind of crazy correlation. Hey, look, by the way, I'm going to get back to comments one more time, but I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for all of the messages y'all have sent during the show. They help keep the show fresh. Really appreciate it. Thank you to those that have followed, or if you're on YouTube or one of the other socials, thank you for subscribing. Means a lot. Definitely want to make sure that we get to everything before we go, and I will do that. What are my thoughts on Skip so far? Thank you again for this comment. I think that the general consensus to me is the team is a little bit more willing to change and make adjustments. Last year and in 2024, you really saw Bruce Bochy, I would say stubbornly, not change things soon enough. And I think Skip is a little bit more adaptable, a little more flexible. He has had some gaffes. I do think, being out of the managerial role for a year, you're going to see a little bit of rust in certain situations. But by and large, I'm still positive on Skip. I don't think that Skip got handed, the keys to a Lamborghini here. I think he's got handed the keys to a decent lineup, not an elite one, a decent one. And I don't think that you can blame Skip for the offensive struggles. Again, there's a few decisions that I second guess, some bullpen matchups, things like that you can kind of point back to, and that Skip has actually owned up to as well. But by and large, I'm a fan. I am. I think he is going to be good for Texas. He's definitely not perfect, but I like that he's a little bit more willing to make quicker adjustments and be a little more flexible versus Boch, a legend, just really sticking to things that had already been pre-decided when it came to certain roles, lineup spots, things like that. I'm glad Skip has shown that he can make a change if he feels it's needed, and he doesn't have to wait 2 months for it to happen. I like that. Let's see. Runners left on base. A's 2, Rangers 7. Meanwhile, Jungle Cat stays hot. Jerry, appreciate you, man. Yeah. Jungle Cat, 9 doubles now on the year. Top 5 in the AL. Impressive. Jungle Cat continues to be an incredible comeback story after a down 24 and 25. Gotta hope it continues, man. There's not a lot of other hitters that are contributing in the Rangers lineup at the level that Josh Jung is. It's really, really good to see. Outstanding to see. Keep up the great content. Yeah, Spider, appreciate you, man. Thank you for the kind words. We'll keep it coming. We'll keep it rolling. Hey, by the way, we've been talking about the Discord a little bit on the chat here and there. Great group of people. I started the Right on Rangers Discord chat last year in May, I want to say. So we've almost been going at it a year. We got about 40 people in the chat or so. It's like the one thing, though, that I monetized on the channel. So if you want to be a part of the Discord, all you have to do is become a member on YouTube, $2.99 a month, or a subscriber on TikTok, same price as well, $2.99 a month. Gets you instant access to our Right on Rangers Discord, which is like round the clock baseball banter, talking Rangers. You get to hear from me. I give y'all a little bit of a behind the scenes peek at some of the things that I'm doing, some of the ideas that I have. And it's just a great group of people in general. Highly recommend it. I know $2.99 is $2.99, but thanks for considering it. If you want to take your support of the show to the next level, be a great way to do so. If it's not for you, there's no hard feelings. We appreciate every way that you choose to support. Just being here right now, hanging out, watching live, whether you've commented or not, that's huge. And it's not something that I take for granted. So thank you to all of you. Wish that we could be doing this, as I've said a few times, under better circumstances. Rangers lose this one by the score of 8-1. They are back tomorrow with Jeff Springs and Mackenzie Gore on the bump. You've got, by the way, a few guys with numbers against Springs. Josh Jung actually has a 364 average with a bomb against Jeff Springs. You have Jock Peterson, 1 for 2, hitting 500. He's probably not going to play tomorrow, though. You also have Kyle Higashioka, 3 for 8. Nobody else really has hit him very well. McCutcheon even is, I think, 1 for 6. Corey Seager is, looks like 2 for 9 with a homer. Okay, maybe we throw Seager in there. On the other side, you've got a few guys with good numbers against Gore. McNeil, who saw Gore a lot when they were in the NL East, he is hitting, looks like 600. He's hitting 3 for 5 against, actually, that's Kurtz. McNeil is 571 in his career. Kurtz is 3 for 5 in his career against Gore. Lefty, that's impressive. Soderstrom is 1 for 3. It's a real small sample size here, y'all. Let's see. Jack Wilson is 1 for 3. Hernandez, third baseman, 3 for 4 with a bomb. But you've got some guys that have struggled against him as well. It's just such a small sample size, really hard to say. But I do think that Gore pitching at home, something that you like. Any Rangers pitcher throwing at home, I guess, minus Nate Eovaldi tonight. I always feel a little bit better about, Jack Leiter at home, Kumar Rocker at home. I just feel a little bit better about those guys when they are pitching in Arlington versus on the road. Kind of feel the same way about Gore early on in his Rangers career. So he had a great start against Seattle at home early in April. Hopefully he can draw off of that and we can get a nice little gem from McKenzie tomorrow. That's the plan. We're sticking to it. Yeah, Jack, same here. Jock and Jungle Cat hitting well was definitely not on my bingo card. I don't need to be right on that. I'm happy to eat the crow, and I'm very happy for Josh Jung. I hopefully, Carson, it's not a jersey curse, but let the conspiracy begin. Let the controversy begin. Hey, all right, y'all. I am going to take off. I appreciate all you guys hanging out. We are going to go ahead and call it a night. We'll be back tomorrow, 8th inning or so. So would love for you to come back and hang out. If I don't see you, though, have a great rest of your weekend. We'll be live on Sunday as well to close out the series. And look, as I always say to end every show, God bless and go Rangers.